Hi everyone, so this is Statistical, and for today I'm going to share with you what I know about the test of dependent means. If you already seen the video about the test of independent means, t-tests are classified as test of differences because it answers the question: is there a significant difference between two sets of data or two sets of groups? So the main difference between t-test of independent means and t-test of dependent means is that for independent means, we're actually comparing two groups, while for t-test of dependent means, we are comparing two sets of data coming from one group. Okay, so I have here an example wherein we have here the before treatment and after treatment. So let's take for example that these are the weight of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 women who wanted to try out a slimming pill. And no body shaming intended, but let's take for example that they wanted to know whether the slimming pill or the the medicine that they took is very effective for weight loss. Now, we have here the before treatment in kilograms, and after the treatment, they have a remeasurement, and these are the set of data. Okay, so we wanted to know if the treatment is effective. So if we are going to accept the null hypothesis, therefore, the means of these two sets of data is statistically similar. There is no improvement, or there is no effect. And if we have here a significant difference, therefore, there is an effect, or the treatment for this set of example is effective. So to do that, you just go on with data, you click on data analysis, and you look for t-test paired to sample for means, because t-test of dependent means is also called as paired sample means, or t-test for paired sample means. Okay, so we have, you just click OK, and let's just have before treatment. You include the labels so that it will not be hard for you to create your table when you go on with your chapter 4. And let's have after treatment, check the labels, and we have hypothesized mean difference will be 0, because our hypothesis is they do not have any difference, right? Okay, so output range, you just click here and click OK. That's easy. Now let's interpret the data. So we have here the mean. So the mean for the first treatment is 89.3 and the after treatment is 82. And we have observation, both of them 10. The degrees of freedom is 9. That's just n minus 1. Or n stands for the sample size, which is 10. Tapos minus 1, that is 9. So why don't we add them? Because we are pertaining to the same group. That's why the degrees of freedom is just n minus 1, which is 10 minus 1. And the t-stat is 5.94. And if we're going to have two-tailed test, but this is improvement, right? If it is improved, it depends upon the research question. If you wanted to know if there is improvement, it's better to have it's better to have t-test in one-tail test, so that you may see whether there's improvement. But you can actually use um two-tail test if you don't know what you will expect, if there will be a decrease or increase. You can just have two-tailed test, so it depends upon you. For this example, let's just use two-tailed test. So the critical value for t is 2.26. If you're going to compare this to this one, you can see that the t-stat is outside already the region of acceptance, and it's already in the region of rejection. So we have here also, on our last videos, we already talked about the p-value. So we have here 0.00. This one is very significant because this is p less than 0.000. It means that it's very significant, or the results give us that this certain treatment is very effective. So you can actually interpret it using the following sentences, but not limited to. So you have, there is a significant difference between the before treatment between the mean weight of respondents before treatment and after treatment. Or you can just have, can just omit the other treatment there and before and after treatment. Or you can also have the medicine, or the, let's just use the medicine. The medicine is, or the treatment rather, we can use that the treatment is effective. Okay, so you can have this as your interpretation, as simple as this one, but make sure that um everything is, of course, you know how to interpret it. This is not just the interpretation that we wanted to read, but also you will report the mean, the t-stat that you have computed, and also the critical values. So it depends upon you if you wanted to have the p-value or if you wanted to have the critical value. But for me, for senior high school, I think you should start off with critical values, and for colleges, you can have the p-values, or depending on your research advisor. Okay, now let's try using a calculator so that you have a lot of choices, right? Okay, so let's go with social science statistics again. You go with calculators and you look for t-test of dependent means. So this is t-test calculator for two dependent means. You just click that and take me to the calculator. You can actually read the description so that you can have an idea whether you really chose correct um, the correct statistical method. So I'll just copy the data here. Okay, and let's use two-tailed. Then you click calculate. Okay, so you have here, actually what this calculator does is, um the second set or the second array of data is what it enter first. So it depends upon you, but actually it doesn't have any difference at all, because actually it depends upon the situation whether you wanted to have improvement or not. But depending on the formula that you're going to use, it always depends on the first set of data that you're going to enter. Okay, so it has also explanation. If you can notice, it just have the negative, call this the negative sign, whereas on the Excel that we have, it's positive because I entered the first set of data as my first set of data, and the second set of data there is the second set of data. But here, if you can see, because this test is after difference, it's significant difference, right? So it has treatment 2 first minus treatment 1. Okay, so it depends upon you. You can actually report whether what set of data you entered first. There are a lot of researches that actually do that, so that it's not confusing. Why is this positive, then on the calculator that I use it's negative? So you can report what values you entered first. Okay, and we have, this is a blue one, so it's significant. So you have 0.05. Okay, it is 0.05. So you have there the value of t is negative 0.936289, and the p-value is 0.0022. The result is significant at p less than 0.05. So my bad, a while ago I told you that it's 0.00. So for this one, it's p less than 0.05. Or you can actually use the critical value. You can just compare it there, and to check, oh, it doesn't have the option to have the APA. Okay, so if it doesn't have the option to report it in APA, you can search for templates in the website of APA. They have templates there on how to report for the test of dependent means. But actually, the one that I already have with you last time, the one that we have earlier, can be your template. but make sure that you will report that the value, the mean, of course the standard deviation. Okay, if we have the variance a while ago, right? So you just get the square root of that, and that is the standard deviation. You can report it. Okay, so I think that's it for the test of dependent means, and I hope that you learned something from me. If you wanted to have another set of statistical analysis, you can just suggest statistical analysis, and if you have questions, you can just comment it down below, and I'll try to answer them as fast as I can. That's it for today, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.